This is how I look for potential properties when I'm looking for potential pad splits to buy on the market. So I'm looking for sale. I typically have a maximum price, I'll say 250. I'm looking for 3 bedrooms at a minimum, 2 bathrooms, 2.5 bathrooms as a minimum. I'll typically only look at houses and multifamilies because all of these others typically have an HOA. I don't want that. So I typically will avoid no HOAs, and most times I use either a basement. But what happens is I have 42 results here. So don't know if I want to love that. So I'll say without basements. Today I'll use basements. 1,250 is a minimum square footage I'll look at. Because what happens if it's 1,400 square feet? Then I'm going to go ahead and lose that property as well. I like this property here. It's 2,550 square feet, 1,900 square feet, 1,700 square feet. Square footage is important for me. So let's go ahead and select this property here. 2,352 square feet. Looks like they just cut the price a couple days ago, 199.9. $85 a square foot, built in 1956. Things that I really look at is what's the neighborhood look like? Are the neighbors going to complain? So when I look at this picture, there's street parking, yes. And then are other people parking in the street? Yes. What do their lawns and neighborhoods look like? Doesn't look like it is going to be a lot of neighbors going to complain and complain to me. So I'll go ahead and take a look at this as well, and then I'll go back to the map. This is one of my favorite hacks. I like the lot lines version. Our house is right here at 199, which means that the yellow dots mean somebody already sold it. So that gives me an idea of what the average market rate rents are. This is all around the financing. So this is kind of looking forward to understand, hey, can I get a long-term financing on this with a debt service coverage ratio loan, or other people will call it a DSCR loan. So here, $1,800 to $2,000 on monthly average rent. If I am going to look for refinancing this house, I'm looking at yellow dots. What did people refinance this house at? 309 over here, 260. That just means that what's like recently been sold. 317, 355, 309, which means it's somewhere around a 300, maybe even more aggressive if that works. So that I know that there is a top end available for me. So because the DSCR coverage will only cover 75% of the average after renovated value, so the ARV. So here are the things that I do look at on the information that's provided. It's central heating. It's got a heat pump for cooling. If you don't know what heat pump means, take a look at that, because for rentals, it's just another layer of complexity. It is a single family. It has public sewer. That's a yes. Has no HOA. That's a yes. And then those are the things that really jump off the page for me. In the descriptions, it'll tell you a lot of things. So this corner lot features 2 bedrooms, 1 bath on the main. It's got a spacious living room for entertaining, eating kitchen, ample cabinetry. In addition, it's got a 1 bedroom, 1 bath in the basement as well. So immediately off the jump, you're looking at 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, but that means there's 1 bathroom on both floors. Going into the pictures, it looks like somebody already went in and renovated the house. So for me, I am less attracted by a house because I feel like the ones that need more work, there's more equity in there. But this house, if the pricing is right and that person wants to get rid of this house, it may be something that I'm interested in. At 199, if I know that I can get comps around 300, now the question comes in, will this house underwrite for the number of bedrooms that I need? So this bedroom, I don't know what's going on in there, but the problem I have is I don't see any exterior windows. So when I see something like that, the problem for this is this doesn't work as a bedroom for a pad split, because you have to have 2 forms of natural egress, one into the house, which is the door. But the problem is there's no daylight windows or daylight access. So that wouldn't actually be a bedroom. So when I'm looking at this property, I see these three windows on the basement level. And now the question is, where are those rooms? So that's where it gets curious as to say, like, I have to walk the house. This one doesn't actually give you a ton of direction or guidance. So let's take a look at another property. I'm going to go to this property because I've seen it before, but let's take a walk. At 189.9, it's a 3.3 and it's a larger square footage at 2550. Quick look at the pictures. It looks like it's pretty distressed. Somebody's in the mid flip. Full kitchen is necessary. So when I see pictures like this, I just know that the inside renovation work, it's going to cost more. This is a screened in patio, a lot of mold, but this is what a bedroom for PadSplit looks like. Exterior egress with a window and a door that leads to the house. Those are the two forms of egress. The bathroom is pretty dated. Not sure what's going on the floor there, but for me, we would go ahead and just lay down LVP flooring there. This looks like the basement, like a working garage or kitchen area. Some possibilities in this house. There's plenty of work that could be put into this house. And then with that in mind, it just means that there's equity in there. So let's take a look at the map. On the street view, not a double yellow, which is good. It means that people can park on the street. That house next door looks a little distressed. Looks like there aren't any craziness going for the neighbors that are super well manicured or maintained house. So that's something that doesn't scare me. 189 is the sales price. They got a house listed at 270, listed across the street at 280. Another one on sale for 190. Average market rates looks like somewhere in the 1600 or a little bit more. 299 for sale. So somewhere in the 300 is the top line number, 280 to 300. It's about $100,000 renovation. ARV delta between the after repair value of what I can list it at. So what the appraisal is going to come in at is, I think 300 would be on the high side. Somewhere in the 270 I'd be pretty comfortable with that number. So that means that I can work with a house like this. So we're looking here at public sewer and no HOA. Right now it's listed at $74 a square foot. It's assessed at $310. So we have some high-end appraisers that we can play with here. So I actually like this house a lot. I'm going to save it, take an opportunity to go back and analyze that house a little bit further. But these are the settings that I just wanted to share with you guys. Again, 250, 300, 3.2. Sometimes you can go ahead and just look for multiple, 5-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom houses, see what jumps out at you. I typically only look at houses in multifamily, and I like no HOAs, 1250 for square footage, sometimes with a basement, sometimes without, depending on the area of town I'm looking at. So those are the settings that I typically use.